Yo! Video games.
We saw the Sonic movie.
Yeah, Janik!
So some of you guys are gonna have to run or mute.
Simmons
When we
might have
talk
said,
spoilers.
yeah, Sonic, at least less than 10 times during the movie. So
They can be here a while, and then we'll announce the spoilers, and then they can run.
Yeah, we'll take like
we'll let you know.
spoilers.
There's-
and then,
I'm gonna let you know right now. There's not a lot of spoilers for this movie. There's not like a ton of
it's what
Yeah.
spoilers.
It's
What do you
movie.
fucking think happened?
Yeah, what do you think is gonna happen,
What's
right?
gonna happen?
Yeah.
Sonic goes really slow.
Yeah.
The whole film. It's very disappointing.
yeah.
Spoilers. Oh my God.
So yeah, we saw Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog!
And I'm gonna say right now, one of my
Jumbo Man.
one of my favorite things of this movie is
Yes.
in the first
Yes.
before the movie
Yes,
even
yes.
starts.
Yes.
Before there's a shot
Yes.
of Sonic anywhere in his current 2020 form on screen. We get the logo of the Sega Cinematic Universe.
Oh, it's fucking
hilarious.
awesome.
There, it starts
Yeah.
off with the shot of Sonic going
Yeah.
through loops and stuff in his old pixel form, and then it zooms out, and then
All
it shows
these games.
Golden Axe, and then you
Yes.
start seeing like all these other games and stuff,
Knights.
and then you see Virtual Fighter 2, and it's Knights and Panzer Dragoon and Yakuza. You're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck am I looking at?
Space Channel
I'm like losing my mind. Space
Yep.
Channel 5 shows up the Dreamcast logo, Sega Saturn, and then it zooms out into a Sega logo, and it's
Yeah.
like Sega Sammy. I was like,
That
holy
just,
shit!
Just that was fucking like worth it, man.
Just
I was
that,
like,
I was like sitting there, I was like losing my mind.
it was like the Marvel. It was like the Marvel intro, but with Sega. And I'm like, oh,
It was
this is
Everybody's doing that now. Everybody's doing the Marvel.
Yeah.
the
Everybody's doing
Sega
Thank you.
Cinematic Universe. Yo, Joker, thank you, dude.
It made me very happy, and then I was
yeah.
I was actually kind of bitter for like a few minutes afterwards.
Yeah,
I
right.
was just like,
Oh.
so many great IPs, and
Yeah.
they're all just
Yeah.
fucking
so
rotting.
many amazing games that Sega suddenly recognizes that they
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
and then now we don't really have those.
And now you don't have them because they're barely fucking making. Like,
So-
I'll give them this. At least they said someone came to them and said, "Hey, I want to make Streets of Rage 4," and Sega was like, "Okay, cool."
Hey, I want to make House of the
paid
Dead and
yourself
Panzer
out.
Dragoon.
I want to make remakes. Okay, cool.
Sure.
So it's like Yu Suzuki wanted to make Shenmue 3, and they're like, "All right, you pay for it, fine." So
Yeah.
at least they're letting others. If someone has the money,
Yeah.
they can come forth and do it. So they're not entirely gone.
Well,
It's
the
like,
thing is that if this movie does good, then maybe they might make
it's
more
doing
movies out of
good.
it.
Oh, dude,
they'll make more Sonic. They'll make
There's
more
gonna be more
Sonic.
Sonic
movies.
movies.
There's gonna
Well,
be
I'm
more.
saying more
Bitch,
Sega
I'm out.
stuff, like
No,
more Sega movies.
They'll just
you know
make
what I
more
mean?
Sonic.
They'll make more Sonic movies, just the same. This the same way they make more Sonic games.
Games, yeah.
But I
Same
think
shit.
I think they might tease and hint at like other Sega things and stuff
Right,
like that.
yeah.
I wouldn't be
Sega stuff,
surprised.
Like, I don't know if there'll be
stuff like
movies
that.
there, but they might be like
Considering how the company is, yeah, no.
They could marvel it and be like, oh, okay, this is doing, Iron Man's
don't
doing
know.
good, let's make Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonic's doing good, let's make fucking
we've already-
Space
Sega
Channel
doesn't
5.
have nowhere near that.
We've already
foresight.
spent 3 minutes talking about before the movie even starts.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna say right now, for me, I kind of wanted the Sonic movie to be Sonic 06 levels of bad.
Yeah.
I wanted the Sonic movie to actually retain
cheesy
the
bad.
freaky
Hey, Swamp Hunter.
worm hedgehog. I wanted the Sonic movie to be so hilariously terrible. And I am sad to say it wasn't hilariously terrible. It was okay.
Yeah, it was good.
It was. And there was some genuinely pretty funny fucking moments
Oh, yeah.
that like actually laugh out loud laughed at
Yeah.
in
Oh,
yeah.
some of the gags. And
Yeah.
I was expecting like Alvin and the Chipmunks live action
Yeah.
levels of awfulness.
it's got a little bit of
Well, it does have a little bit.
Yeah.
It is a little bit like that, but it's not as
Not
bad.
entirely.
I can't even relate because I've never seen Alvin.
I mean, I'm only going on
I
the
have
trailers.
regrettably
Yeah.
had to
But the thing
when
is-
I worked at a school.
Oh,
Because
God.
like when you see the movies,
I'm sorry, man. I'm
it falls
sorry.
into the
Jeez, I've never seen that.
it falls into the trope of anthropomorphic video game character in real world, right?
Yeah.
They
It's
can't
kind
like they can't do just Sonic in his Sonic world, but for doing the anthropomorphic character in a human world, it was done really well.
Yeah, I
Because,
think
like,
because one thing they do is that everything is very cheesy.
Yeah.
Everything has an like even more cheesy than Assist Me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, and then in the world of cheese that exists in canonical film terms and narratives, this is way cheesier than even Assist Me.
Are you saying the Sesame is hokey?
Oh hell yes.
yeah.
Intentionally designed because it's fun.
Absolutely.
So it's got an extreme amount of cheese. We're talking like a deep blue here.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes wow, unintentional.
Yeah,
No, that was intentional.
No, I was saying blue cheese.
Deep blue.
Because wow.
Deep blue. He's
I'm
intentional.
So all I'll say is that sometimes it works in its favor and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's like a little like, shit, I'm gonna be a father and I'm already fucking dad joking this shit. Oh god,
Damn.
it's happening.
It has begun.
Welcome.
All right, Steve and Kenny, didn't you guys feel it was like a little overly cheesy at times, or is that just me?
Yeah, there were some like, this is not working.
It's like, oh, I won, you know?
Oh god, yeah.
Look at me.
It's kind of a spoiler, but at the same time,
it's not a
like,
spoiler.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck, he does the floss? Shit.
Jesus.
Movie ruined. I was going to get surprised
fact,
that he flosses.
Sonic does the floss
He is
twice.
Twice.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is a
that's twice.
13-year-old kid, but...
Yeah, I didn't realize that was
Yeah.
Sonic in the game. I thought he was older in the game. I thought he
Yeah,
was...
you know what? I always got the
didn't
impression that
realize-
Sonic was an older character too.
yeah.
This movie
16 years old.
pretty much establishes that he's like even younger than 16.
like,
He's
yeah,
actually
he's
like
like 14.
they call him a kid.
Yeah.
a lot during
Yeah.
this movie. He's a kid.
Yeah, well, he's 6.
He's 14,
Originally,
15.
he's supposed to be 16, so I just kind of.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah, I
I
never
thought
thought
that
that.
aspect was done well, actually.
Yeah.
The aspect.
Yeah,
of
he
like,
definitely
Hey,
acts
he's a,
like-
he's a fucking teen.
He acts
Maybe
like a
he's like
teenager.
more of like a 12-year-old in this movie.
Yeah, Sonic is
than
supposedly
16.
like canonically 16.
Yeah, and like, you know, I can understand it because kids fucking do that shit all the time. Kids,
Yeah, I watched a video recently of me being like 15 or 16 years old. I wanted to kill myself. So I understand. Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
I understand. But
Did you dab? You dabbed when you
It
were
wasn't
when
even
I was
invented.
16, that wasn't even fucking invented.
No, it was.
Yeah.
You're around that age now, so yeah.
No, you dabbed in that
You dabbed when
place
you were
in that
16.
Sega game.
No.
That Sega game
That was
was like
me. Yeah.
in that one Sega game.
The guy was weird. He was like this. He's like,
1993, yeah.
it's the fucking like weirdest goddamn thing.
The first
Oh,
dab
remember
ever.
the Catholic?
Yeah, the
Catholic
Catholic
guy,
guy. He
yeah.
was blonde and looked like Max.
For Deutschland or some
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because it was the because it was the original one. But he kicked his leg out too.
No,
He
yeah.
kicked his leg out like this, and then he went all the way
Yeah.
down.
He turned his body.
Yeah, he
it was like this, and he went
all the
like
way down.
this.
He kicked his
Yeah.
leg out.
Like, he went
like
all the
this,
way.
and he went all the, and he broke
Oh,
his back.
shit, thank
His
you.
back was ruined after that, but it was worth it.
But yeah, so I mean, there's not much to say story-wise. What happens.
You know.
I'll say my favorite part of the movie is absolutely
my
Jim Carrey.
Of course.
Yo.
Jim Carrey.
Not the logo. Besides the logo.
Oh,
Yeah, bit off.
the logo is obviously like my personal favorite, but I think
Yeah.
what actually carried the film.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey as Robotnik does a great job.
All right.
There's some parts where he goes a little too hard, a little,
Yeah.
a little
But it's
too much.
beautiful
So,
because
okay.
it's classic Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, all right.
So what you're saying is he carried the movie.
What?
You know,
He carried.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
no, but the thing is too, it's like the thing that's going to be great about this movie, and the kids are going to love it because it's classic Jim Carrey that we saw when we were 13 years
Yeah.
old or very young. We saw the super
It's very much channeling
exuberant-
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, Ace Ventura, and it was wild. Now that we're older and stuff like that, we're like, oh wow, you know, this was very much like. It was like a little too over the top.
It's pretty over the top,
It's pretty
yeah.
over the top, but it was still awesome to see.
There-
Yeah, but as an
there's-
older man now, I'm like,
There's
got it.
there's a couple of line deliveries between
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, Dr. Robotnik, and the main character.
Yeah.
Cyclops.
That is not
Cyclops.
Cyclops. Yeah, what's
Yeah,
Cyclops? Holy
Cyclops.
shit!
It was,
Between
yeah.
Cyclops and Dr. Robotnik,
Yeah.
the interesting cinematic universe.
cop.
That is really damn funny. Like
Yeah.
straight made me laugh out loud. Like holy shit! Like it's really good.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of other jokes with Sonic that are sort of funny,
Yeah.
but a lot of them are just like he's got really
Okay.
cheesy like tween humor.
To be
You know?
honest, the jokes that Sonic was throwing out wasn't as good as Carrey. Like Carrey,
Well, yeah, absolutely.
everything he did was knocking out of the park. For
there's
me-
one joke,
for me,
I don't
he
want to
just
tell
knocked
it,
out of
but
the park.
I fucking laughed out loud when that
the
joke.
turtle?
No, it was the other, about the old man. The old man who's like, I've seen a creature.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
oh,
say
yeah,
anything else.
okay.
That I saw when that joke happened, I was dying. That
Yeah.
was hilarious, and it showed that they really know like the Sonic lore and a lot of like the back stuff. So I won't spoil that joke because that's actually I was dying, and that was actually probably my favorite part. Of the
There were
movie.
a couple. There were a couple
Yeah.
like pretty good. But it also like hurt though when like something would happen and they would do a joke, and I don't care if this is a spoiler or not. There's a couple Olive Garden jokes that are just
Oh my god, the product placement shit is intense.
This is not landing. This joke's not landing, guys. Why are you doing it again?
Olive Garden, Fitbit. There is a lot of product placement stuff.
It's not as bad as let's say Michael Bay's stuff, because he pours the shit all over his movies, but the movie had to get paid somehow.
I was I'm looking for an apartment. Oh, I found some on Zillow.
Yeah. Hold shot on Zillow for 2 seconds at least to receive $500,000 check.
Yeah, there's...
Bro, I mean, have you even tried their endless pasta bowl? It's endless.
It's endless.
It's funny in hindsight, I think that's how bad it is.
It's actually...
It was so bad I laughed.
That one I actually thought was funny because it was so blatant.
Yeah.
It was so but they were from a Navy guy. Have you tried their endless pasta bowl?
Yeah.
It's endless.
It's endless.
That's the thing, is that they're making fun of it, but it's like breaking the fourth wall. They get it.
I don't even know, dude. It was just it did not land for me at all. It was not.
You know what?
I thought it was funny.
How bad it was, yeah.
It was not
exactly how bad it was.
To me, it felt self-aware.
I think they had to do those endorsements to pay for the
redesigned
Sonic. Fuck it, man. We got to add,
Bro, can we talk about how good he looks?
Yeah, Sonic does look good.
Holy crap,
he still looks like a CG cartoon character.
What's going on with his nose, though? Is it supposed to be pointing up?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's 100% fucking. I love it.
Classic Sonic.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it was supposed to be flat.
It's pretty much old school Sonic. Old school Sonic with realistic textures.
He looks great, bro.
Thank you. All I know is that, I have to go to Olive Garden and they have to have some kind of blue pasta. If I go to Olive Garden and there's no fucking Sonic pasta, I'm gonna be mad, bro.
None of you laughed at those Olive Garden jokes.
I did.
I mean, I don't know. Max
I
definitely
fucking
didn't.
I was like,
at the end, I was
at the one at the end. I thought was actually that is so bad, but funny because it's so bad.
It's so bad. It's so funny.
God.
I mean, that's how it works.
See, here's the thing, yeah, it felt like when characters who weren't Jim Carrey and most of Sonic sometimes, not all the time, when they would do jokes, poor James Marsden wasn't really landing.
No,
because we were talking about this earlier, where it's when Sonic makes a sort of modern joke,
talks about Amazon or eBay or something.
To me, it's okay, I get it. He's a fucking hyperactive teen, so I'm it's okay. I feel like it fits.
But when the adults do it,
but when James Marsden is making topical humor, I'm like,
this is there's where Sonic is. I feel like in character, people are asking how does Sonic act? Is he okay? Sonic is hyper teenager, right? Yeah. But he's not a super annoying hyper teenager. In the movie, makes aware that he talks fast and does all this shit and he has a hyper personality and he's practically talking to himself. He's talking so fast and yada yada yada. But then they slow him down and he has a moment of introspection. And so he's not that the entire film. He's not just Jar Jar Binks one note the whole movie, which is make Jar Jar. That's what makes Jar Jar bad.
I think that's why you hated the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, because he's one note a lot of the time. At least with Sonic, he's got a lot of moments where he's got big character flaws and things like that, and he's either expressing the fact that he's lonely or whatever. There's a little bit going on.
I'll be honest. I was actually surprised and happy that they actually had him. There's a point where he apologizes for something.
I like that. Yeah, I did like that.
I'm glad they actually addressed that.
Yeah,
I thought that was good, but. Because it's a kids movie and because it is fast, hyper, they have to go into that emotional moment really fast.
Yeah,
they'll be doing hey, this was a humorous scene, and then bam, hit it with an emotional beat because we don't really have time to set up.
Yeah,
an emotional moment because this movie's. We've got to keep it 90 minutes or whatever.
Even with that said, the movie didn't feel rushed, dude. It felt pretty.
It felt its pacing is good enough where it feels like it's moving briskly, but not so fast where you don't even know what the hell is happening.
Yeah, but that also helps because there's very few locations in the film.
Yeah, right. Characters don't go from spot to spot too much. It's pretty easy to follow what's going on. And when Sonic is doing this weird and kooky things, it's genuinely entertaining. when he's having to dry himself off, or when he's having to like run across some space and come back and he did all this shit. Like it's actually kind of like, this is cute. Like it's actually fun.
Yeah.
This could have been way worse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it could have been so much worse. Even if Sonic still looked like a weird mutant rat creature, it would have been bad. But even on the cutting room floor, a lot of the jokes and the beats would have hit the same.
They'd have
been about
But
the
the thing
same.
is, it would have just been hard to look at.
It would just, but you would definitely not have related with Sonic enough, because I think his emotions carry through a lot more. With
I mean, this would have been a much worse film had they kept it. I feel because the charm of Sonic would be
gone.
Yeah,
Because
and then when he tries to be emotional, when he has those
you would have to look at that face and you just be like, no, it's not working.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Did you guys feel that Jim Carrey got more screen time than Sonic?
No.
Okay.
No,
I kind of felt like that.
I think Sonic was on the screen a lot.
A lot?
in this
Okay.
movie.
All right.
Yeah. But there's a few good gags, there's a few good jokes, there's some moments that are genuinely fun, and there's not a ton spoilery to talk about. Like
there's not. I mean,
there's some interesting Sonic World stuff at the beginning where you see Sonic and what the world he's from, and some other characters
frankly,
show up.
to me, was the most interesting part of the movie. I gotta say, it's like the first 5 minutes to me is the most interesting story plot wise.
So it was like Bumblebee.
And they kind of don't really
They don't revisit that.
revisit it at all. I mean, fucking all. Which is like the only kind of like only slight bummer about it is that like you have a pretty cool premise for how to start the movie, but they never really address it.
No, yeah, that's just a thing that
or really go back.
And that's why they age the shit out of Sonic right from that point. It's just like time jump, like all of a sudden. So it's good. There is a post-credit scene, and you know, if you use your brain a little bit, you could probably have a pretty good idea of what happens in the post-credit screen. But
I gotta say, dude, like till now, I'd probably say this is one of the best video game movies.
One of the better video game movies.
One of the best video game movies.
I'd argue it,
definitely is like
the number one video
best.
game movie of all time is absolutely Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
It absolutely is.
Yeah,
This is a very close second.
Yeah, very close.
I can't. Chat,
Pikachu.
You'd have to convince me, but
That's not a video game.
But it's technically Pokemon.
Yeah, it's Pokemon.
Right, but Pokemon is like a whole brand, not just games now.
Well, it started as a game though. Pokemon's
But not a
absolutely
video
game.
game. Did it start as a video game?
Well, sure, because there was Detective Pikachu like a year or two before the movie.
Yeah.
That is true. The game, I think
Pokemon's
Detective.
not that.
I'd actually argue this is about on the same level as Defective Pikachu.
I feel this.
Defective Pikachu.
Defective
Pikachu.
I feel Detective Pikachu and this are about equal.
They're about equal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both well done.
I think this one's funnier than I laugh harder at some moments in Sonic than
I think it's
Detective
a
Pikachu.
little better on the humor in this than Detective Pikachu.
You know what I will say though? I didn't like the voice actor. I felt Sonic had a better voice.
You know what I'm going to say I really didn't like, and Simmons said the same thing that I did when we left the theater. The music is bad.
Oh, really?
The music is just so forgettable.
Here's my biggest disappointment with the film. The biggest flaw I feel was that there was so many great opportunities to use and do new variations of classic Sonic music.
They barely ever.
They do an orchestrated version of like the Invincibility title screen music for Sonic 1 when Paramount logo.
Very early.
They start the movie with the Sonic Mania's intro music. Best Friends or whatever it's called by Hyper Potions.
Yeah.
And then they do there's one moment way later where they do a little piano version of Green.
There's and it's so minor.
And it is extremely minor.
I couldn't even tell you, like, when Sonic is doing all this cool shit or when Robotnik is showing up, like, what the music is or supposed to be, because it is so generic filler. Like, it is on, like, a level less boring than the majority of, like, Marvel movie cinematic universe stuff, where it's just, like, there, and it's not meant to take any screen space. They want you to look at Sonic, not think about the music. So, and that kind of sucks, because that's a huge fucking part of Sonic. It's a huge part of Sonic the Hedgehog.
That doesn't matter, because at the end credits, they have Wiz Khalifa making a rap song. So
is that really Wiz Khalifa?
I don't know. It was the other guy.
Wiz and
It's
21 Savage.
I don't think he was on there.
It's Wiz Khalifa.
It's Wiz Khalifa and some
I know Steve's right.
Yeah, it's Wiz Khalifa.
That was a Sonic song?
Yeah,
he said something about Tails too.
He did.
Whoa.
He did some good references actually.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was.
You think that's
that to me, that was like the worst
too.
part. Was that like?
Jesus Christ, I see people in the chat, movie music isn't that important? We're gonna have to go into sub mode.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Oh, man.
Movie music isn't important?
Yeah, T.Y. Dollar Sign.
Holy.
Indiana Jones?
Holy
Back to the
fuck.
Future?
The music.
Predator? Oh, No, please, man.
Holy-
Don't go on sub-mode on my birthday.
Holy fuck.
Find them, chat.
Please.
Find them now. Who said it?
That is some low quality shit right there.
Please.
Who said it?
Who?
Find them now.
Lord of the Rings? Da 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 da.
It's Jurassic Park.
Shut up.
Which also makes a very good case.
Lil Yachty. That's who I was thinking, Steve. Lil Yachty.
Little naughty?
Lil Yachty
It's
was in
T.Y.
there.
Dollar Sign, Wiz Khalifa, Little Yachty.
Jaws, Harry Potter,
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Ghostbust. Oh
Da
my.
da 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 da.
Definitely
Dude,
Jaws.
Batman.
Definitely Jaws.
Da 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 da.
Definitely
Transformers.
Da 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 da.
Point made.
Yeah.
Point made.
Officially.
So yeah, I think it's worth seeing. If you give a shit about like Sega or Sonic, you've already seen it.
Here's a good point I have heard. If you don't know nothing about Sonic and you don't particularly care, is it a good movie on its own, like or detached
alright.
from the source material?
It's alright.
It's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna find worse uses of your time.
Oh yeah, it's at
it's
least
okay.
It's
I'd say-
enjoyable, right? It is
enjoyable.
actually enjoyable. Like it's like the same thing for Detective Pikachu. It's an enjoyable
Yeah.
movie.
I'd say
camera's a little
I love it. Like I said, it's one of the best video game movies, but I'd say it's a rental. But it's a fun rental.
Yeah.
It's a fun
I
rental.
don't even say it's a rental. I say see it in the theater. It's got some cool moments. I'd say it's a
I don't
theater movie.
feel good enough about saying like you should go spend your money in the
Theater, yeah.
I think
Especially
it's
with
worth
today's
seeing
prices.
if like you have liked Sonic.
If you're gonna
what the hell, chat?
If you're gonna take your kids and you have them something to enjoy,
If
take
you
them
like
there.
Sonic,
and there's
yeah.
nothing
If
else
you're
out
not that
there,
much of a Sonic
sure.
fan, maybe not.
No, yeah,
but
exactly.
if you like Sonic, see it in the fucking theater.
Of course, if you're a Sonic fan, of course
Yeah,
you're
like,
gonna see it.
that's-
But for the average,
Well, that's exactly what I was
person,
saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
that's a
for
rental.
someone who has no knowledge or attachment
Then
to
it's like
that,
a better version of
like-
Hop or a better version of Smurfs.
That's a rental.
yeah,
You know,
right. So yeah, I
I don't know.
does it do justice to the brand name? Sure, because
Yeah, it does a great job.
it does
It
justice
definitely
because it's better than most of Sonic's catalog at this point.
Damn.
So I mean,
Get
yeah,
wrecked,
like
Sonic catalog.
there's a lot more bad Sonic games than good Sonic games at this point. So it being a decent movie is like, yeah, it's one of those weird things where it's like the source material, like there's so little to pull from on the source material.
Yeah.
Especially if you go by like the original games, that what they did was it was okay.
When did Sonic start to go downhill, Simmons?
1995.
Which Sonic was that? That's what I mean.
After Sonic and Knuckles.
Marcus, thank you.
Jeez, that was
That was the beginning of the end.
Jesus. Okay, well there you go.
It was a slow decline, and then it went
Well,
off.
the
a
thing
cliff.
is, like,
Yeah.
Sonic started making me excited for video game movies again. I'm like, okay, you know what, dude?
Yeah.
Maybe they could do a really cool Mario movie. Maybe they could do another cool Sega movie or something like that. And that's what the Sonic movie did. I'm like, you know, this was good. This was good. This could, you know, start the
It was a fun romp.
yeah.
Like it was
Yeah, it's
good.
fun.
It was. I just if anything, there's nothing I would improve because like I was telling Max, I think it's a little the movie's premise is a little boring from the broad strokes of it, where it's just like he's in Montana and he got to go to San Francisco for a
Well,
reason.
that's the thing is they're
Yeah.
doing
It's
the,
kind of like okay, cool.
the anthropomorphic character with humans for some reason.
Well, see, that's the thing.
It's like
is
you
that-
said with Bumblebee. Like it's kind of like that thing where like you have this really cool like.
Oh, I
Yeah.
never seen Bumblebee. I really didn't like it.
I got bored of it. I was like, yeah.
So there was a point where at the beginning I was really into it. and
Yeah.
Right around like halfway, I really aggressively didn't like it.
But
Yep.
what about the nods to the movie though? Like those cool
Holy
things?
shit, dude!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
to the original cartoon.
The Cybertron flashback and shit
Cybertron
is
flashback.
incredible.
Yeah.
Or what about the scene where like they literally do the scene from the opening where they grab him from the back and he throws him and
Yeah.
then the car turns around and does that scene from the fucking
It was weird.
cartoon
I
intro?
saw Bumblebee
That's-
hoping
those
to
are
really
moments.
like it.
That's not the movie.
Yeah, I know, but having that moment in
base,
Bumblebee,
I can't base
fucking
the
made
movie
me-
off those moments.
But I enjoyed the movie for me. We're doing another review, but we never reviewed it.
But either way, like
I
it was like
Bumblebee.
okay, if you were gonna do a movie where it was mostly human actors, this was probably about as well as it was gonna turn out.
Yeah,
Right,
I think
exactly.
so, exactly.
I totally
Yeah, there you
agree.
go.
100%.
Yeah, that's
man.
it.
With a lot of human
This is
actors,
about
but
as
this is
well.
great.
Yeah, this is about as well
So
as it was
good.
gonna come out with mostly.
Sonic.
all
And it's
human
guess what? It's like the
Yeah.
same exact thing in Detective Pikachu. Human actors and characters.
I feel though,
But there's more Pokemon
Pikachu,
around.
right.
Sure.
I feel the world of Detective Pikachu was more interesting because it was based off the game world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where this one is strictly small town in Montana, and then we briefly go over to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Like it's
Sonic in a human world instead of you being transferred to
right.
Sonic's
Rather
world,
than
yeah.
seeing Viridian City or wherever the fuck it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu. I forgot what it's called. But
So I think all of us didn't hate it. I wanted to hate it, damn it. I wanted to hate Sonic the
wanted to
movie.
hate it so bad.
I wanted to hate it. But
Maybe
I
that's
don't
why
hate
you
it.
liked it so much, because your expectations were so low, and then you got to see it, and you're like, hey.
That's
Possibly.
possibly. Those latest trailers look pretty good. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this movie doesn't look terrible.
Terrible, right? Like,
And yeah, you got some good Jim Carrey moments and some.
Yeah.
I actually laughed out loud in a movie theater a couple of times.
There
There's a
you go.
couple of really good
That's
gags.
all you need.
The gag very
That's all you
early on
need.
with him and
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
I was so fucking hilarious.
That's
Yes.
all you
There's a
need.
great gag.
I will say the two things I was actually impressed with were character-wise. They get a reason for why Sonic is the way he is in the movies.
Yeah.
Like he's not just I'm Sonic, I'm super cool. Like, and that's kind of it. They actually gave like this legit good reason why Sonic is the way he is, and not just
Hypermanic.
because he's fast, but hey, there's a reason why. You know, there's this whole lonely angle, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he
Well
had
done.
arc, though.
You kind of did.
He did? Like,
did
I
have a
felt
little
like
bit.
And Robotnik was also cool too because they gave Robotnik a reason for why he is the way he is.
Yeah, they give him a backstory, which is
And they kind of pulled a little bit from like the game lore, where it's just like he's like super high level IQ, but it's almost to a detriment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the movie kind of like really went into that, and you can tell Carrey's in interviews. He's talked about how he really was attracted to that idea, where it's like he's smarter than everyone else in the room, and he knows it, and it kind of like this is why he's socially inept a bit, but he's like a genius level otherwise, like mechanically.
Let me ask you a
So-
question. Is that canonically how Dr. Robotnik is in the game?
It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
There's different interpretations of Robotnik. Of the current version of Robotnik, Carrey's a little more Jim Carrey. He's a little more wacky.
Yeah.
But it's kind of he gets the spirit of how Robotnik kind of is right now in the video game world.
Yeah.
Just a little more over the top and a little bit more Jim Carrey-ish.
Okay.
Yo, Crimson, thank you, dude.
But it changes depending on which Sonic medium you're talking about, because Robotnik kind of changes through
Over time, right,
like,
yeah.
He's either super wacky, super dark and scary, super dumb. Like it kind of goes all over the place.
Right.
But I thought the way the reasoning for why Sonic is Sonic, why Robotnik's Robotnik, I thought that was done well.
Yeah.
It's not. It
Super
definitely could have been done way worse.
Right? They
Yeah.
could have shit on
The funny enough, the characters in the movie are actually some of the things that are actually still pretty good, and even Cyclops is not terrible either.
Oh, yeah.
Cyclops not terrible. He doesn't have much to do.
Except
I liked
follow
him.
Sonic around.
He's along for the ride.
His wife was
Yeah.
cool, you know. It was,
Bro, his wife. My God, that woman is perfect.
Yeah, I was
Jesus
looking
Christ,
at
bro.
a shot where she
This
was.
guy
Her
has like a
skin
really hard.
is fucking flawless.
There-
Her
there-
cheekbones were exactly
There was-
symmetrical.
This
I was
woman,
like, Jesus
this
Christ.
woman that plays the
She
main
was
character's
perfect,
wife,
bro.
when they have like the like one angle, two angle, where you're looking at Cyclops and it's
Yeah.
first back to her, and I'm like, this chick is CG.
Good God,
chick is
yes,
not
she did.
here.
Dude, she is fucking flawless, bro. If you see
She's
the actress,
here.
I don't know what the it must have been the lighting or something.
I wasn't even-
God damn,
I wasn't
her
even
teeth
gonna bring it
are
up, but, like,
immaculate.
it is what
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Look.
If she ever gets into a Jade costume, I'm fucking losing my mind, bro.
Yeah.
Good God,
it was
she
like
was
you
perfect,
come
bro.
on in the scene and smile, and you're like,
Oh, bro, she was
Why was that hot?
Even I saw that. I was just
Like,
like,
what the fuck? There's no flaws
I
on
was
this
just saying, like,
woman.
oh, she's not yet. Like, she's like, oh, damn. I'm like,
This
yeah,
woman
man.
is flawless. Like, it was scary.
he was throwing popcorn at the screen.
I was like, is this real? What's happening? Good lord.
Anyway, this is turning into horny hours. We're
I'm
gonna
saying.
It's Kenny's birthday.
Goddess.
That was our
That's all
review
I'm
of
saying.
Sonic. We all thought it was
Sorry.
pretty good.
Fuck.
She
It's
was-
pretty good.
Fuck.
It's pretty good.
She was fire.
Jesus.
Are
Kenny,
you
what do you
excited
want?
to see a sequel?
Yeah.
Am I
Here's the-
excited?
okay, here's the
No.
thing. Do you want to see a sequel to this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
sure.
gonna spoil territory, or we're just we're
Did
gonna...
I like Sonic more than Venom? It's like the weird questions now.
Yeah.
I think the good parts of Venom make up for the bad parts of that movie.
Right.
So I think I like Venom more. I'm more excited to see Venom come back than I am Sonic to come back. Because Venom is such a great
Right.
character in those. Kenny, what do you want want to play first?